Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Always have a good network. This is very important. And when I say network, it's not even necessarily strictly a business network. Have a good network of people who can get you business opportunities and everything. And I was inspired to write this because somebody hit me up about doing an affiliate program with her. And this is somebody, I met her one time, and, we follow each other on IG. Just met her one time, but that's part of the network. And indeed, a lot of the stuff that I make my money from had to do with just having a conversation with someone. And in fact, I'm going to get into this more later this week. But that's a very key thing. That is a very key thing because, you know what, I remember what this woman told me in college. She was a freshman in college, and we clicked right away because we were from the same area. And her brother's high school and my high schools were natural rivals and stuff. And she was from a rich family. She was from a rich family. And I never forget what she said. This woman from a rich family, she said, it ain't what you know, but who you know. So much stuff happens as far as business just because you know someone, business opportunities or whatever. Like when I was doing one of my main things to do to make my extra money was vending. Most of the vending shows I found out about wasn't because I, saw some ad saying, hey, we need vendors for it or some poster. Most of the vending shows came from just knowing some vendors. Because just to explain the vending thing, you with a bunch of people, everybody selling their products and everything. One of the main things you do is go around and network with other vendors. That's one of the main things you do. You talk with them, find out what's going on. Hey, where's the next show at? Sometimes vendors would trade products, sell, buy from each other and all of that, but it was always networking. So, we go to one vending show, make a little bit of money, but then start talking with the vendors. They were like, well, this is coming up. Oh, I know the person's doing this. Boom. One show with good network, you get 9 more shows. And it was boom, boom, boom. And I vended a couple hundred shows. And it was just a matter of just talking with people. You find out what's going on. Just talking, just casual. One of the things I did when I was still in the DC area, I was able to buy, sometimes I could get products or, supplies and stuff for my business because, once again, networking. And I haven't talked about this gentleman in a long time, but the guy I would get the buffalo wings from. He had the 3 buffalo wing places. But he actually got in my car. I actually gave him a ride to this area in DC. I don't know if it's still there, but all they had was wholesale places. And a lot of vendors would get their stuff there. And the places that was selling the stuff, you didn't have to have a vendor's license to get it. As long as they'll take your money, they ain't no questions asked. That was very key. Once again, networking. When you talk with people, it's not always fun and games. In fact, that's why health clubs, country clubs are very important. A lot of business is conducted on the golf course. Because they'll discuss the business, make the business deal there, just finalize it when they get to the office. Or just getting a job. Sometimes you might meet somebody. You might know somebody, but they know some place that has a job. They have a job opening. This is very important. This is very key. It's not something that you want to mess around with. You can't really, some people think, oh, yeah, I'm going to make money, but then they don't have the same social skills. In fact, and this is something I've touched on my main men's channel and also the women's channel. Relationships are more than just, meeting a mate. That's just one form of a relationship. When you go into any store, if you have more than a hi and bye conversation with a sales clerk, that's a brief relationship. In fact, a mentor had talked about that. He had said That's why he said that's why in Asian cultures, when they meet each other, they bow because they realize it's a relationship, even if it's very brief. And even then, being in that networking with people, realizing the relationship with them, it could even help you get discounts, extra service, advice, so many things. So knowing this, it's just as important when, especially if you're in business for yourself, to have a good network. When I look at my different income streams, my different platforms, a significant amount of them came from networking. A significant amount. Just hearing somebody say, hey, you should check this out. Even now, somebody say, hey, you should get on this platform. Even if I don't get on the platform, I'm like, hey, okay, let me check it out at least. This is a very key thing. Now, we're in business. Business are relationships. They can get you customers. They can get you opportunities. It's so many things. There's like, I tell you one networking thing, and it wasn't even, it was one networking thing. So, like in Baltimore, there was this vegan restaurant, and I was real cool with the owner. Network. Went down there, had a book signing. Still a network. Unfortunately, only sold one book. But the one book was sold to a woman who had a little mini mansion where she held seminars at. Boom. That one book, that one network opportunity led to several $1,000s because I did a few things at her place. Very key. Very key. That's a network. And in fact, she's living in the islands now. If I happen to go to that island, reach out to her, I might have a business opportunity. Boom. Networking. Always have a good one. Like, make contact with people. Be friendly with the people. At least friendly. You don't have to be their best buddy or anything, but be friendly with the people who got something going on. And even when you're in that environment, just be generally friendly anyway. And this is a business thing. You don't know who that person is. Just be generally friendly. You never know. Because there's been a few times when I didn't know who the person was, and they'll say, oh, yeah, well, I got this business. Like, I remember one other time, it was at the Harlem Book Fair. It was at the Harlem Book Fair when my book first came out. Networked with two people, and they didn't identify who they were. One was a guy who had, who's actually, he's done a lot, made some millions and everything, but I didn't know who he was. He not only got my book, but he recommended a distributor. Boom. That's two things right there. And then another woman, she got the book, and she didn't say who she was, but it turned out she owned the bookstore. Networking. And I went up to her place, did a book signing and everything. Money, money, money. So always have a good network. Anyway, y'all know what to do. Let's go make that money.